Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, my warriors. Hello, Anthony. Hi, Vishnu. Hello, Sudaluganta. Hello, Sivaraj. Hello, Janeet. Hi, Vidya. Hello, Vishnu, Zayad, Rakesh. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Do let me know in the chat box. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Sairaj. Hi, Dhanush. This is Shreyas here, your physics master teacher at Vedantu, and welcome to the best of the previous year questions of JEE Advanced, and let's flag off our journey to JEE Advanced. Although you have been preparing with us for JEE mains, and there were a couple of sessions for JEE Advanced as well, but now it's time to fully shift our attention on the JEE Advanced 2021 preparation. So guys, I hope your josh is really high, and are you guys excited to start the journey with us? Do let us know. And those of you who do not know me, I am Shreyas. I am the physics master teacher, also leading the physics department for JEE division at Vedantu, and I have been training kids for more than a decade now. And under my guidance and under my mentorship, I'm really proud to say this, that many of my students have not just gone into IITs, NITs and all the top-notch institutes, but they have also secured top-notch ranks in IIT JEE examination. So that makes me really proud, and I really want you guys to be the next torch bearers who are going to make me proud this year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I think there was a strategy session conducted by Shimon sir. Kevin, you can watch that as well. Loud and clear says Vishal, thank you very much. Hi Rakesh, good evening. Hi Komal, hi Ria, welcome aboard. Good evening Vikram, let's rock it. Yes, let's lift off to crack JEE Advanced. Hi Akshita, welcome aboard. Hello Vidya, hello Pradeep, hello everyone. Good evening Anna, good evening Akshita, welcome aboard. So I know some of you are worried about the scam, but I was reading through it. Don't worry, the examination is not going to be repeated again, because it doesn't make sense because of some bunch of cheaters out there. The whole examination is going to be conducted again. That doesn't make sense. So what they are going to do is they're going to block those people who or probably they are going to bar those students who cheated, and there are video cameras everywhere. That there is artificial intelligence and all those supervisors who are going to scan the cameras, and that's why probably the delay in the JEE result. But don't worry, your results will not be affected because of that, nor will the exam be rescheduled again. So don't believe any rumors out there. Okay, so let's begin. But there is one very important or rather two important things which I would like to show you. One is the schedule for this week. This is a tentative plan. So today we are going to have JEE Advanced session, and again one more session, that's on Thursday morning. Keep in mind this is a morning session, and since this week I will be also involved a little bit in NEET channel because of the NEET examination this Sunday. So I have a NEET a NEET mock test on Biotonic channel on Friday, and revision series for 11th standard kids. You can see the ones in red, those are for 11th standard, and also the ones in blue are for the 12th standard. We are going to revise Gauss's law and current electricity in one shot series. Okay, that's for 11th and 12th standard. I hope you note all these things down. Don't worry, you'll also get the PDF. Now, if you are worried about can Vedantu help me, well, let me tell you and assure you that yes, Vedantu can help you even for your JEE Advanced. Even if you want to take a drop, or even if you are a 12th standard student, doesn't matter. And these results which are just filled on my screen are just a testimony of this. You take any examination, be it ICSE, be it CBSE, be it JEE Mains, be it JEE Advanced, already there are 4 out of 5 students from Vedantu who are selected for JEE Advanced. Let me tell you, even if you are not enrolled in crash course or any of the long-term batches or Eklavya batches, your competition is going to be, many of your competing students are going to be from Vedantu, because there are thousands of students who have cleared from Vedantu for JEE Advanced. It's not 100, it's in thousands who have cleared already, and the 4th attempt results are not even out. So I'm pretty sure that number is going to go up. So guys, it's going to be a tough fight. Let's fight it together. And there is one big announcement, like I was saying, that apart from these consistent improvements in the results right from the first attempt to the third attempt, like showing 7.5x growth, which is crazy, The offer that is going on right now for the droppers batch, for the 12th standard batch and for the 11th standard batch is 50%. Yes, now you heard it right. 50% off using my coupon code SHHPRO. So if you have your friends or you yourself want to take a drop, or you have probably made up your mind that okay, I want to join some coaching but I'm not sure which one, and probably fees are a trouble for you, well, now probably you should make up your decision that yes, Vedantu it is. There's 50% off. Use my coupon code SHHPRO. The link is there in the description box below for the 12th standard, for the droppers batch right now. All right, so let's begin. Praveen, we are calling our series on Enthuse channel as Mission IIT. It's not called Aspire, it's called Mission IIT. Okay, so do you guys like this name? Are you guys ready for this mission? Let's get going. JEE 2022 crash course. Dhanush, yes, it's not a crash course, it's a short course. It's not crash. Crash is like 1 month course. This is like a 3-4 month course. It's there for JEE 2022 and it is starting this Monday, Dhanush. So if you are a 2022 aspirant, there is a crash, not exactly crash, a big crash. You can say a 5-6 month crash or more than that for JEE 2022 aspirants. You just need to join pro subscription. Automatically everything is taken care of. Okay, chalo, let's get going, guys. And yeah, I can see all the fire in the chat box. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Sidhu. Thank you, Anand. Everybody is pumped up. Here's the first question coming up on your screen, and you can start solving it. And if you figure out the answer, you can let me know. Now, let me tell you one thing. I'm not expecting you guys to answer very quickly because these are tough questions or medium questions for JEE Advanced perspective. So even if you don't want to answer, I'm fine with it. But please focus your attention on the screen. And even if you're watching it recorded, then I would say you have the advantage of pausing the video, try to solve on your own, and then look at the solution. Okay. In an experiment to determine the focal length using concave mirrors, a student, okay, ignore those other things. The student looks at the pin and its inverted image from a distance, keeping his eye, okay, in line with those points, the pole and the pin, okay, the pole and the pin are in line with the eye. Now, when the student moves his eye towards the left, the image appears to move towards the right, okay, of the object of the pin. Then, which of the following is true? It's very interesting. Now let me tell you, this is not as easy as it looks, but it is not as lengthy as it looks. There are hardly any calculations in this. It's all about visualization. First of all, try to recollect the ray diagrams of a concave mirror. Okay, I can show it to you, but I want you to quickly recollect, even if you're watching it recorded or even if you're watching it live. Think about it and tell me which all positions of an object gives you inverted image in front of a concave mirror. Should it be beyond C? Should it be at C? Should it be between C and F? Should it be before F? Or many places where you see inverted images? First think about that. Yes. Okay, now some of you are saying, shouldn't it be more than center of curvature? Well, center of curvature is 2F. Think of it that way. R is 2F, right? So you might see the word 2F here, but 2F itself means center of curvature. So don't get confused. So that's why, you know, the language is very tricky. So they might try to trick you by saying 2F, and you might think, oh, 2F is a word used in lenses, not in mirrors. But yeah, 2F is also a point in mirrors, which is nothing but the curvature, center of curvature. Okay, now in between the pole and the focus, the image is erect. In fact, it is magnified and it's virtual. But after the focus till infinity, you place the object anywhere, you always get an inverted image. Everybody fine till this point? Everybody fine till this point? That after focus till infinity, no matter where you place the object, okay, you will always get an inverted image. It might be diminished, it might be erect, it might be diminished or it might be magnified or of the same size, but it is inverted. Okay, now I have shown those ray diagrams for you, which you should quickly be able to visualize. Okay, this is at infinity image formed at focal point. This is between C and infinity, image is inverted and diminished. This is at C, image is at C, inverted, of the same size. This is between C and F, image is inverted and magnified. And these two you should not even consider, okay? At focal point and between focal point and the pole. Let's not even consider that. Now let's try and visualize this. Guess what? This is all about parallax. This is all about parallax. Now, I'm not even going to write one word. I'm not even going to write one word on the screen, but we'll get to the answer. All right, are you guys ready? Let's hold 2 pens. Everybody, if you have 2 pens or a pencil and a pen, just bring it up from anywhere. A scale and a pen, that's also okay. Just 2 pointed objects, just get it. But make sure you know the difference between them. Don't get 2 similar pens or 2 similar pencils, then you will not know the difference. Okay, now I will behave as if I am one of you, as if I am one of the student, and I will look at this. Okay, let's say the red one is the object, the blue one is the image. Everybody fine? Is this fine? Okay, the red one is the object, the blue one is the image. Now what is given in the question? The image is inverted. Okay, so if this is the object and the mirror is in front of me, just visualize everybody, the mirror, concave mirror. This is my concave mirror. Okay, just think about a concave mirror in front of you, and this is your principal axis towards the camera. Okay, towards the camera, that's the principal axis. This is the object, this is the image. Okay, now just visualize this. Both the object and the image, I hope, are roughly in the same line. Both the object and the image are in the same line. Everybody agrees? Okay, now let's say the object and image are at the same place. When will this happen? Object and image at the same place but inverted. It will happen in this case when the object is at 2F or center of curvature. I hope everybody agrees with this. Now, if you move towards the left or right, the image doesn't move. It still appears to be below the object. That's because there is no separation between the object and the image. There is no separation. Okay, there is no separation. But now, imagine there is some separation. Just imagine there is some separation between them. Okay, there is some separation between them. Now, just hold them in line and just try to move towards the left. Just try to move your head towards the left side. You will see, now what I am seeing, I'll tell you. When I move my head towards the left, I see the blue pen towards the left of red. What did I see? I saw the blue pen to the left of, the red one. Did you see that? Okay, just check this out. So when I move towards the left, I will see the blue pen towards the left. This is interesting. Just think about it. Okay, now in the given question, the student shifts his eye towards the left. The image appears to the right of the pen. This is interesting. The student, okay, shifts his head towards the left. The image goes to the right. In this case, when I move towards the left, the image is moving towards the left. So most likely this is not the case. But if you hold this red pen here and the blue pen here, red is the object, blue is the image. Hold it here. Okay, just hold it here and then just try to move your head towards the left. Just try to move your head towards the left. You will see the blue pen, which is the image, towards the right as compared to the object. Just move this. Just try to move towards your left. You will see the image, which is inverted, to the right of the object. That's exactly what is happening. That's exactly what is happening. Hi Revant, welcome aboard. Everybody able to see this? Everybody able to see this? How many of you are able to visualize? Hold 2 pens and you will see. If you place the object before, then the image, and if you move your head, you will see the image moving towards the left. Parallax. But if you put the object here, and if you move your head like this, you will see the image going that side, which is the case. When is the object in the front but the image behind? When is the object in the front but the image is behind? Check this out. It is only in this case. It's only in this case. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? The object is in the front, image is behind. That's in this case. Which case is this? What is this scenario? Where is the object placed? Between F and C. Between F and C. Yes, you should, Vishnu. Yes. Very good, very good. So hence, the answer should be this one. Where is the object placed? Between F and C. What is F and C? F and 2F. So hence, the object is between F and 2F. That's the answer. Not even one word was written on the board. Not even one word. How do you do it in the exam, Tarun? You have 2 pens. You have a pencil and a pen. Or 2 fingers. You have fingers. How many of you have fingers? Please raise your hand. How many of you have fingers on both your hands? Please raise your hands. Very good. So if you have 2 fingers, that's more than enough. You can take a thumb and a finger, pointing finger, and you can think one of them is object, one of them is image. That's it. Okay, Crack with Gokulnath has fingers. Saja also has fingers. Very good, guys. Congratulations. Amazing. Everybody has fingers. Vishnu also has. Oops. Okay, Tarun. Oops movement. Okay, Shruti also has. Okay. Yeah. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Great, what a lovely question, right? And if you love this question, please smash that like button out there. And if you loved my explanation, please smash it. And please hit the subscribe button right now. Okay, next question coming up on your screen right away. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. 2 discs A and B are mounted coaxially on a vertical axle. 2 discs. The discs have moments of inertia I and 2I. About the common axis. Disc A is imparted speed 2 omega using some energy of a spring by distance x1. Okay. Disc B is imparted angular speed omega using a spring again of some other constant maybe and distance x2. Both the discs rotate in the same direction clockwise, and when both of them touch each other, they acquire common angular velocity. The average frictional torque exerted by one disc on the other. I'll tell you what is irrelevant. Glad to know that, Muthi Krishnan. Somebody is saying, sir, I have fingers but no brain. Now that I can't help, science lover. You have to develop. Everybody has brain. Don't say you don't have brain, bacha. You have brain. It's just that you have not been using it. You know how brain works? If you use it, it improves. If you don't use it, it becomes dull. So if you use it, trust me, if you attend my lectures, it will improve. Okay. Welcome, Revant. Now, a lot of information is irrelevant here. And the irrelevant pieces of information, can you guess what are the irrelevant pieces of information? The irrelevant pieces of information are using entire potential energy of a compressed spring by x1, again compressed by a distance x2, unnecessary information. This is what you should understand is just that I have 2 discs and their moment of inertias are different, I and 2I. Let's say this is A and this is B. A and B, moment of inertia I and 2I. Disc A is imparted angular velocity 2 omega. This is imparted angular velocity omega. When you touch them, they will rub, right? Because their angular velocities are different. So they will rub against each other. They are going to rub against each other. Eventually, they will stop rubbing. They will stop slipping and they will move together as one single unit. Okay, they will move as one single unit. That's what you should understand. Everybody fine till this point? It's not so simple. Hold on, Ashwita. Yep, very good. Zayed, mark your attendance. Definitely, Kamal, I will let you know. Just leave a comment below after the session is over. I'll let you know about all the micro courses plus the new micro courses I'm going to launch. I'll be announcing it very soon in 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. Now this is the diagram. Let me mark it. Let me mark it over here. So this is, let's say, omega, or rather 2 omega. And this is nothing but omega. This was I and this was 2I. Now, when they rub against each other, eventually they will rotate with common angular speed. Let's say I call it omega 1. How do I find out this common angular speed? Because to find out torque, most likely I will need it. I don't know how, but let's just find it and keep it. Maybe I'll use it later on. How would you know that they are in opposite direction? I don't know that. In fact, it's clearly mentioned both of them are in clockwise direction. That means direction is same. It's clearly given in the question. Okay, it's clear given in the question that the directions are same. How do I find out final angular velocity? Is there a concept? Is there a concept? Yes, you can say omega is V by R, but it is useless. Crack. Gupit Gokulnath. Yeah, it will not fetch me anything. Yeah. Energy conservation? Wrong. Guys, is energy conserved? No. In fact, energy Which energy? Mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is not conserved. Why is it not conserved? Because of the slip, that is the frictional work. The friction is doing rubbing action, the work, it's producing heat. So no mechanical energy conservation. Okay, momentum conservation. What? Momentum conservation. Momentum conservation, which momentum? Linear or angular? Linear or angular. So energy is not conserved, so I cannot use that. Alright? Okay. So work kinetic energy theorem, Anurag, won't it be too difficult, bacha? Because the friction will be acting at every place at different distances. The torque produced will be so crazy that, you know, calculating that will be very, very lengthy process. Angular momentum, correcto. Angular momentum is conserved. Now you'll be like, what is the you know, criteria for conserving angular momentum? What is the criteria? The criteria is the torque should be zero from outside, external torque. Now you might be wondering, sir, friction is a torque. Think about it again. If I assume both of them as a system, tell me, is friction an internal torque or an external torque? Is friction an external torque or internal torque for this whole system, not one disk, but both the disks? Is it external or internal? Obviously, it's acting between them, it's internal. So is there any torque from outside? No, they are free to move. They are free to move. So they are free, and friction is internal. Friction is internal. That also means that net external torque is zero, and if net external torque is zero, angular momentum is conserved. Angular momentum is conserved. Very well. Everybody must be clear till now. Very good. Now let's just apply angular momentum equation. What's the angular momentum of this disk and this disk? Initially. So whatever is going to be on the left hand side will be initial. Whatever is on the right hand side will be the final angular momentum. Initial will be I into omega. Plus. Why plus? Because directions are same. If one was clock, one was anti-clock, then I will be adding one and subtracting, or put on different signs over there. So this will be 2i into omega. Fair enough. Finally, the net system is having a total inertia of I plus 2i, combined moment of inertia. So that's going to be 3i into nu omega. Alright, I goes, I suppose, and therefore I'll get omega 1 is 2 plus 2, 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 omega. Everybody fine till here? Everybody fine till here? Ankit, this is an English channel, bacha. Obviously, I'll be talking in English. Alright, there is a Hindi channel also, which is Vedantu JEE. Okay, so there you will learn in Hindi. So if you are a Hindi speaking student, please watch the Hindi channel, but this is an English medium channel. Alright. Now, going ahead. Now, the next thing that you should focus on. The question says, what's the torque? What is the torque by friction? How do I find the torque? Now think, what does torque cause? Torque changes angular velocity, it causes angular acceleration, it can also change the angular momentum. Just like force is rate of change of momentum, वैसे ही torque is rate of change of angular momentum. Now just concentrate your attention on any one disk. Let's say any one disk. Okay, this is any one disk on the top. Tell me one thing, totally the angular momentum did not change, but for a disk it changed, right? One of the disks angular momentum decreased, other disks angular momentum increased. As a whole, there is no net gain or net loss. So total angular momentum was conserved. Just like in momentum, when two bodies collide, one loses, one gains, total 0. So net change is 0, so total momentum is conserved. Now what you need to do, just concentrate on any one of the disk, just one of the disk, and think, for this disk, did the angular momentum change, and why did it change? The reason why it changed is because of the friction. Now you'll be like, sir, friction was internal. Yes, it was internal when you take both the disk as a system. But if you take only one disk as a system, will that friction be internal or external? Come on, let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. Will this friction be external or internal if I take only one disk as a system? Won't it be external torque now? Now I can say, okay, let's just ignore these parts. Okay, so for any one disk, I can say, friction is external, and therefore the torque by the friction is change in angular momentum upon the time interval. Change in angular momentum by time interval. Now I can do this, it's not that difficult. I'll tell you what, this is what I need to calculate, right? Torque by friction. Okay, what is delta L and what is delta T? Delta L is change in the angular momentum, that means final, okay, just let me put it, this is nothing but final minus initial, and this time, it's clearly mentioned, the time is T. The whole process takes time T, so just put T over here. Now try to solve this question. Final angular momentum of only one disk, the top one. How much is it? Moment of inertia is I, angular velocity omega 1. Now I need it. Look at this, I need this. So it is 4 omega by 3 minus initial angular momentum. How much it is? I into 2 omega. The whole thing divided by T. Whole thing divided by T. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? So Vishnu, this torque for one disk, because it was rubbing, is external torque for one of the disk, and torque is rate of change of angular momentum. Change upon time. Change is final minus initial, and final is moment of inertia into new angular speed, which we just figured it out, minus I into initial angular speed. That's all. So this is going to give me how much? So I is common, omega is common, T is also common, and I have 4 by 3 minus 2. How much will it be? How much will it be? Think about it. 4 by 3. 3 2s are 6. 4 minus 6. That's going to be 2 by 3. Minus 2 by 3. Just check this out. Minus 2 by 3. But I will ignore the minus sign. The minus sign is just showing that it is retarding. Yep. Minus 2 by 3 is just showing that it is retarding. So the final answer, magnitude wise, the torque of the friction magnitude wise will be 2I omega by 3T. Everybody fine? That's the answer. Change in the angular momentum is not instantaneous. It is over a period of time. Be careful. If the torque was instantaneous, I will use dl by dt. If the torque was average, the question is average. If it is average, I will use delta. If it was instantaneous, I will use dl by dt. So read the question, it is average. Okay. Yes, Karthik, you should, bacha. You should start studying for JEE Advanced. Is that now clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Very good, very good, very good. Yes, correct. If it was instantaneous, it will be dl by dt. So that's the answer. 2I omega by 3t, like you can see over here. What a beautiful question. What a beautiful question. If you guys loved it, please do not forget to smash the like button out there and also hit the subscribe button if you want more such videos. Yep. Saja, no, you will have enough time to read the question. Guys, how much do you think you need to score for getting top 1000 rank? Percentage, not percentile, percentage, marks. Let's say it is a 500 marks paper. Percentage wise, if you divide it and convert it into 100 scale, how much percentage do you think you roughly need to get below 1000 rank? Below 1000 rank in JEE Advanced? No, it's not so less, but it's around a little bit more than 50 to 60 range. Sometimes it goes above 60 if it was very easy paper. If it was very tough, it can go to 50 or below also. Yep. Yeah, it can go to 50 and below also if it was very tough paper. But on an average 50 to 60. So that means you don't have to solve all the questions. What does it say? You just have to solve half the questions even to get a good rank. So you have enough time. Plus in JEE Advanced you have few questions. You don't have 30 questions. You have barely 20 questions, but that depends. Sometimes there were 18 questions only. So that means you just have to solve 9 to 10 questions or 11 questions. That's it. Yeah, so it depends. Okay, chalo, let's get going. It's all about question selection, so you will have enough time. Let me tell you, the person who goes with a mindset, I'm going to solve all the questions of JEE Advanced, he is for sure going to get very less unless and until he has prepared exceptionally well, and he's probably like the topper. That's very few. That's only like 5 to 10 students throughout India will aim for that. Okay? There will be students who will aim to solve many questions, but even the topper does not necessarily get full marks. Let me tell you that. It's not like JEE mains. The topper gets close to 80% to 90%, not more than that. It's very difficult. Okay, next question coming up on your screen. Okay, so next coming up on your screen, two particles, previous year question, they are connected by a string of length 2a. You pull this. When you pull this, and this is on the table, okay, this is on a flat table. Just imagine two balls, mass m, connected by a thread, and somebody is taking the midpoint of the thread and pulling that midpoint. Somebody just took that midpoint, you're observing from the top, okay? You're observing from the top and pull that midpoint with some force F, constant. So what will happen as you pull this, these masses, okay, these masses will not just go like that, they will come close to each other. Think about it, how it's going to happen. Okay, these two masses, they are being pulled. You pull it from here, you know, this will go first like this, okay, then they will come like this, okay, and they will come closer. They will keep coming closer to each other and they will bang into each other. But that's not the question. The question is the magnitude of relative acceleration when the separation between them is 2x. Interesting. Now, at some instant, okay, their separation is 2x, okay, and you are pulling it. Tell me one thing, guys. Will these two masses have acceleration at an angle, acceleration vertical, acceleration x, or something else? What do you guys say? Think about it. No, Dharun, it is not at all late. Trust me, you still have a lot of time. Almost 2 months are there. So it is definitely not late. It's a good decision. There is only one attempt, bacha, per year. Okay? Yes. There are two kinds of acceleration. You'll be wondering, sir, why two components of acceleration? Acceleration is actually at an angle. And I'll tell you why. There is only one force acting on the mass. Guess what? The only force acting is tension. And by Newton's law, okay, by Newton's law, what does Newton's law say? He says that net force is equal to mass into acceleration. So whatever is the direction of the force should be the direction of the acceleration. There is only one force. You might be like, sir, there is gravity and normal. But guys, come on, that's inside and that's outside the plane. It's not in the plane. In the plane, there is only one force. So acceleration should be only one direction. Now that tension will cause some acceleration, and that acceleration will have two components, ax and ay. Everybody getting it? There will be two components, ax and ay. Same logic applies to this mass. There will be an acceleration component ax and ay. Now because the masses are same, shouldn't the accelerations components, this ax and this ax, this ay and this ay, be equal? This tensions will also be same because angle is same, force will get distributed and all of that. So shouldn't these two magnitudes be same? Everybody getting it? Now why tension? Because Sushant, you are pulling it from between. You are pulling this point. You take a thread and pull it from between, and two ends are attached to a thread. What will happen? There will be obviously some pulling effect, the tension, the string will be taut. That's why. Now the question says relative acceleration. Tell me one thing, will there be relative motion in the y direction? Between these two balls, will there be relative motion in the y direction? Yes or no? Will there be relative motion? Yes or no? Come on, let me know in the chat box. Yep. It's not suspended, Zayed, it's on a horizontal plane. Okay, you're pulling it like this. The normal will be up, gravity will be down. No. Correct, because the y components are same. So if you sit on one body and look at the other, moving with the same y acceleration, there will be no relative motion. But in x, Of course there is relative acceleration, and that relative acceleration, can you guess, shouldn't it be 2 times of ax? Ax plus ax. This is nothing but ax plus ax. This is just like if there is a bus coming here and a car going here, what's their relative speed? v1 plus v2. A car coming with acceleration a1 and this car going with acceleration a2, relative acceleration a1 plus a2, opposite. Makes sense? In x direction there is acceleration, that's what you need to find. So the whole question has boiled down to just finding out what is ax. So you just need to find out what is the value of ax. So let's start doing the question. I need some space, so I'm just using a bigger board. I've just compressed the question. Okay, let's try and solve this and then look at the option. A very interesting question. Yep. Okay. Now, when you pull this after some time, this is how the situation will look like. Okay, this is how the situation will look like. Okay. Now, I'll just show the forces and all of that. So this will be tension. This will also be tension. Great. The length is A and A. Why? Because the initial separation was 2A. So when the initial separation was 2A and the string bends, this will be A, this will be A. The separation between them is 2x. So each part will be x and x. So should I then call this as x and this also as x? So the total separation is 2x. Makes sense? Okay. Now the acceleration A, capital A, so that I do not confuse with this small a. Small a is distance, capital A is acceleration. Keep that in mind. Thank you, Diya. Okay. The course prices are hardly 1,000 rupees per month. If you use my coupon code, the link is there in the description box. Okay. Now the component is this way. That component I will call it as ax. Same thing for this guy, I'll just ignore that. Okay, I'll just find ax. So how do I find ax? Well, for that, for mass m, okay, using Newton's law, I can say T is equal to mass into acceleration. Now from this, acceleration is T divided by m. But ax, what is ax? Ax is a cosine theta, the cos component. Alright, so I'll just put a cos theta. So therefore it's T by m cos theta. That's nothing but ax. But hold on, I don't know the value of tension. I don't know. What is it? What is tension? Oh, how do I find it out? Is it F? No. Why is it not F? You will understand it if you draw the forces acting at this point P. Think about the forces acting at this point P. There is one force F acting here. This string has tension T, so this will pull this point with tension T. Remember, on this body, if it pulls this way, on that body it will pull that way. Tension always pulls. Even this string is taut, it's being pulled, it's tight. So visualize it, tension will be also this way. Make sense? Make sense? Excellent. Excellent. It's a live class, Raji Pratap Jadhav. Okay. Now, if you have got it till this point, now think about it. This is theta. If I draw a horizontal line, if this is theta, even this and this is theta. So for this point in the y direction, okay, for point P, think this force should be cancelled by these two tensions components. The tensions y component and the tensions y component should be balanced. The common mistake which students do over here is they write, oh sir, the force got divided into both the strings, so the tension is F by 2. That's completely wrong. How will it get divided by 2? There are the strings which are at angles. So when the strings are at angles, you cannot just divide it by 2. You have to use trigonometry, resolution of vectors. So for point P, F, which is in the upward direction, should be balanced by the downward or opposite force, which is T sine theta. But there are two such things. From this, I'll get T is equal to F divided by 2, okay, sine theta. Interesting. So I can use that T over here. And I will get F by 2 sine theta. That's what I'll get from this, and the rest of the things as it is, cos theta divided by m. Now this is going to be nothing but f cot theta divided by 2m, that's ax, but that's not what I want. I want the relative acceleration between both of them. Remember, I wanted the relative acceleration between them. This is going with ax, this is also going with ax. So the relative acceleration, like I just told you before, it is ax plus ax, which is nothing but 2ax. If it is 2ax, 2 times of this will be, that 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. It will become f cot theta divided by m. Is that right? 2 and this 2 got cancelled. 2 and 2, this got cancelled. Cool. Now just substitute the value of theta, cot theta. What is cot theta? Adjacent by opposite. Okay, so let's just try this. So f by m, that's adjacent. What is adjacent? That's x. What's opposite? Oh, I don't know. What is this side? This side, think about it, by Pythagoras should be root a square minus x square. Is that making sense? Hypotenuse square is x square plus this side square. So this side square will be this side square minus this side square. So the root of that will give me the side. So hence this will be root of a square minus x square. That should be the final answer. Yep, this is the final answer, guys. That's it. This is the final answer. Everybody understood this? Oh, did I balance mg with vertical? No, Sushant, you got it wrong. Mg is inside the plane of the board. Mg is inside and normal is outside. Remember, this is a top view. Please understand this. This whole set, okay, whole system is kept on a frictionless horizontal surface. You are seeing it from the top. So these two masses are here. You are pulling it like this. So mg is inside, normal is outside. Be careful. Saja, I'm taking micro courses for NEET as well as JEE. So you can join all the micro courses for JEE as well as NEET. The ones which I have taken: problem solving micro course, derivation micro course, Irodo micro course, HC Verma micro course for NEET and JEE. All these are open for both of them. So please join it, bacha. Chutokafu, it's okay. Even if you are late, you can watch the remaining questions right now. Shall we go ahead? Got it, Sushant? Excellent. Dhanush, it looks all easy once it is solved, but you know, till it's solved, that's what is difficult. So this is the answer for this question. Beautiful question. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. I think this is on, yeah, current, electricity and magnetism and so many other things. Okay, now this is a matrix type. That means one option can be matching with multiple options. Okay, it can match with multiple options. So let's try to figure this out. All of you ready? Very good. Thank you for all the love. Pradeep, 12th Irodo problems I will conduct very soon. Just hold on, hang in there, very soon. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay, let's talk about first option A. Okay, option A, guys. Okay, read the question. Don't read the other options. Only read these parts and these parts. A charged capacitor. Okay, a charged capacitor. Okay, there is a charged capacitor and it is connected. What is it done? It is connected to the ends of a wire. Wire means it will have some small resistance like this. Okay, so there is some smaller resistance over here. So now think, a constant current will flow through the wire? No, right? This is discharging. Do you remember discharge of current through capacitor? In fact, the current decays like this. It is definitely not constant. Thermal energy is generated in the wire? Yes. The moment current flows, okay, the heat will be generated. Obviously, the potential energy will go into heat. Yes, this option is correct. Everybody fine till this point? Okay. Now, a constant potential difference develops between the ends of the wire. This is also wrong because Q is equal to CV. If Q decreases, voltage also decreases. So voltage is definitely not constant. Cool. Okay. Now, yes, Rohit, it will be valid, bacha. Obviously, I think so. Yeah. Of date before, I think it should be valid. Okay. Charges of constant magnitude appear at the ends of the wire. This does not make sense. Why will charges appear on the ends of the wire when the current is flowing? Okay. So charges are not appearing. In fact, charges are in motion. Okay, so that option is wrong. So A went with only Q. Keep this in mind. Okay, A went with only Q. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's only talk about now this option B. This is how you're going to solve the questions in JEE Advanced. There might be a match the following or matrix type of question. So it will take a lot of time, but I'll tell you one secret. It will most likely give you 8 marks. 8 marks. Each option will give you +2, +2, +2, +2, +2 marks. So if you solve this, because the theme, the pattern is similar. So once you make a mindset for the first option, you can automatically, make the mindset for the other question. So I feel sometimes it's a good choice to solve matrix type. Okay. Now, only a pro student can watch it, Saja. Okay. You cannot buy it separately, unfortunately, because the cost will go way beyond. Okay. A wire is moved perpendicular. Okay. There is a wire and it is moved perpendicular to the length with a constant velocity. Okay. This is constant in a magnetic field. Okay, so there is a magnetic field. Immediately we should know that there will be EMF, which is LVB. So this is your EMF, correct? All right. So now think about it. Which all options will be correct? Which all options will be correct? Constant current. How will current flow? Because there is no path. It's just a wire. It's just moving a rod. So current, in fact, will be 0. Okay. Thermal energy. If there is no current, there will be no I squared R. So I squared R will be 0. So current will not be there. Energy will also not be lost. Okay. A constant potential difference. Yes, this EMF is constant because L, V and B. All three are constants. Hence, this is also there. Charges of certain magnitude appear at the ends of the wire. Yes. In fact, I have told you this. Magnetic force will be applied on the charges. F is Q, V cross B. And if you look at the positive charges, velocity cross B. So positive charges will be pushed here, negative charges will be pushed here. So there will be charges which will be developed. These charges create that potential difference. So charges are definitely developed on the opposite sides. You can use Q, V cross B. Positive charge will experience V cross B, upward force. Negative charge will experience downward force. Okay, that's how it is. Very good. Everybody getting it? Yep. Matching questions nahi bacha, for matching answers. For matching questions, nobody will give you marks. Okay, so B goes with R and S. Everybody fine, I think. All right. Now let's go with C option. Let's go with C option. The wire is placed in a constant electric field that has a direction along the length of the wire. Okay. So the wire is placed in a constant electric field. So if you take this wire, okay, this is a wire, and if you have an external electric field, what will happen? There will be obviously induced charge. Obviously electrons will be pulled here. Nucleus or positive charges will be induced. These are all induced charges. This is a concept from electrostatics. External electric field will create induced charges so that inside the electric field is 0, because it's a conductor. Remember that it's a conductor. Okay, now it's simple. The constant current will flow? No, only charges are developed. There is no current. These are induced static charges. Static charges. So there is no dynamic motion of the charges. So this is wrong. Thermal energy is generated. This is also wrong because there is no current, guys. Is that clear, everyone? Yeah, there is no current also. So there is no heat. Next, a constant potential difference develops between the ends. Now this is the tricky part. Lot of people feel, sir, there is charge difference. That means there will be voltage difference. This is completely wrong. If you remember the properties of a conductor, you all know the charges are induced in such a way to create zero field. Remember, field is delta V by delta R. If field is 0, delta V is 0, potential difference is 0. The field by these charges and the external field will cancel each other to create zero field. So there is no net potential difference. All points are at the same potential. So hence this is wrong. Is that clear, everyone? How many of you got this point? A lot of people will make a mistake thinking there are charges, that's why there will be potential difference. Thank you, Sanoj Kumar. Next, S, charges are constant at the ends, this will be correct. So C only goes with S, nothing else. C does not go with anything else. All right, next, let's go with D option. A battery of constant EMF. A battery of constant EMF is connected at the ends of the wire. Now this is simple. If you have a battery connected to a wire, wire will have some resistance. Obviously, some current will flow. And the moment the current flows, obviously you will have heat generated. So current and energy, both are generated. Constant potential difference, yes. Across the ends of the wire, obviously the voltage difference will be the EMF of the battery. Hence, this is also correct. Charges of constant magnitude, this is wrong because current is continuously flowing. There is no constant charge which is developed. So current is flowing. So no static charges. Yep. How many of you got it now? Sir, through wire it will flow. For option C, the wire is placed in a constant. No. So for the C option, right? So for C option, understand, if you have any conductor, does not matter, and you place it in external field, okay, if you have external field, then the charges are so developed to create induced field, so that the net field is zero. And once the net field is zero, then the potential is same everywhere. The potential is same everywhere. The charges will be developed here. That's all. Okay, that's what it is. Thank you for all the love, Bacha from Nagaland. Thank you. Glad to know we have reached the lengths and breadths of our country. Glad to know that. Yep, those are the options. Very good. Shall we go ahead to the next brilliant question coming up on your screen? Are you guys ready? Yep, Josh, hi. Now is it clear, Sushant? Okay. Sai Teja, where are you exactly talking? In the pro courses, we teach the whole syllabus, obviously. Yeah, the whole syllabus is taught in the pro courses. So once you are a part of pro course, JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, KVPY, BITS, CETs, boards, everything is covered under one roof. That's what the advantage of pro is. Glad. Thank you guys for all the fire and the hearts and the love that you guys give. Okay. Right now, Sai Teja, please tell me, how is it possible to cover entire syllabus in 1 month? If any coaching institute tells you that they are going to complete the syllabus in 1 month, they are definitely lying. It's not possible. So at this point of time, to crack JEE Advanced, the only thing which you should do is solve problems. If anybody is reading theory and seeing all the definitions, guarantee 100% you are just wasting your time. Concentrate on solving problems. Let's go. Okay. Beautiful question on variable refractive index. Beautiful question. Here, the refractive index is a function of y coordinate, and a ray enters this region. This region has a variable refractive index. You can see it's a function of y, k is 1. Okay, just ignore that. So it changes as y changes, refractive layers. Why layers? Because refractive index only changes with y, not with x. This is x, this is y. So layers of different medium are there. This is air. Light comes like this. Look at that. Okay, the point of incident, the incident angle is grazing angle. What do you mean by grazing angle? The light ray is almost parallel to this x-axis. That means, think about it. Okay, just think about it. If the light ray is almost like this, the angle of incidence is 90 degree. That's what it means. Hi Annalai, welcome aboard. Now, if this much is clear, what will happen now? The light ray will bend. The question is, find the equation of trajectory. The meaning of equation of trajectory is that you have to find y as a function of x. Achha. Now the logic for these kind of variable questions, look at this, I'll tell you. Raji Pratap, it's always in the evening, bacha, after 5 o'clock, okay? Now, the logic for these questions is, imagine if you have different layers, okay? This is mu1, okay? This is mu2, this is mu3, okay? Just imagine this, and so on and so forth, okay? Now, let's say light enters like this, bends like this, bends like that, I don't know, it just goes like this. Let me just draw normals at every point, okay? These are just normals. Now, if I tell you this angle is I1, then this angle, let's say, is I2. If this is I2, this will be the angle of incidence for the next refraction. And if this is I2, let's say this is in the third medium, I3. If this is I3, this is also I3. Okay, and so on and so forth. This will be I4 and it will continue. For this refraction over here, can I not say sine of I1 by sine of I2 is equal to mu2 by mu1? That's how it goes, 1 mu2, which is mu2 by mu1 for this particular refraction. Similarly, for this particular refraction, this is incidence, this is refraction. Sine I2 by sine I3 should be equal to 2 mu3, which is mu3 divided by mu2. Correct? So this will be mu3 by mu2. Now observe this. From here, what you are getting is mu1 sine I1 is equal to mu2, cross multiply, mu2 sine I2. Okay? And from here, what you are getting by cross multiplication is mu2 sine I2 is equal to mu3 sine I3. Now looking at these, mu1 sine I1 is mu2 sine I2, mu2 sine I2 is mu3 sine I3. I will also get mu3 sine I3 is equal to mu4 sine I4. So can I say in general, for layers of different refractive indices, mu sine of I is a constant? Can I say that, guys? Did you guys understand it? Now, this is something which you should know for JEE Advanced, for these kind of problems. You are not going to sit and derive this. If you know this result, you will avoid this procedure in the final examination. Mu sine I is constant. No, Cengage is the worst book, Vijay. Kishore, never use Cengage, okay? Don't use Cengage. Use H.C. Verma, previous year questions, Tattva material, NCRT, yep, and DC Pandey. Okay. Now I'll remove this. I no longer need this. This was a result. Now think over here. As this ray goes inside, the layers will have different I's and different mu's. So at some random point, let's say B, okay, if I think about the layer, okay, let me just draw it over here. Let me just think about some random y coordinate and some layer. This is some layer, guys. Okay, there will be some refractive index, and if I draw the normal, okay, if I draw the normal over here, this will be I. Correct? This will be angle of incidence. Okay, so because the light ray is going like this in a curved path, so can I say mu into sine I over here will be mu into sine I over here? Now this I is 90 degrees, right? What was this I? This I was actually 90 degrees. Why? Because it is given. It grazes the surface. Make sense? Okay. Now think, what will you do next? Come on, my warriors. What will you do next? You're going to just equate both of them. Let's just equate both of them and see what will happen. So I'm going to get mu of air. What is mu of air? It's 1 into sine I, which is sine 90 in this case, will be mu over here. I'll just put it as mu into sine of I. Great. So what did I get from here? I got sine of I. Sine of I, 1 into sine 90. Sine 90 is also 1. Is nothing but 1 divided by mu. Fair enough. I'll just keep it aside. Now, probably you should get the hint that I should somehow get this term over here, but I need to get a function of y and x. Okay, so Gopu Kumar, there are two mediums, one is English and Hindi. You can opt for either of them. Once you join, you will automatically be enrolled in English, but if you want Hindi medium, then you have to write a mail and automatically you will be shifted to the Hindi batch. Alright, so both mediums are available, pure English and Hindi plus English. So how do I do that? Probably drawing a tangent will give me some relationship like dy by dx, slope. Once I get dy dx, probably integrating something, I might get y as a function of x. Do you guys get that hint? Is it clicking? Yes. Is it clicking? I hope this is clear. So, just probably integrating dy and dx, somehow I might get y as a function of x. That's what I need. So for dy by dx, I should draw a tangent. Okay, let's draw a tangent. So if I draw a tangent over here, okay, this is nothing but a tangent. Okay, now think about it. This will be theta. This will be theta. Okay, and this angle is I. Oh, I know now what I and theta are. Think about it. I and theta are complementary of each other. I and theta are just complementary of each other. Did you just see that? So I plus theta is just 90 degrees. That's something which we just got. Why did I draw theta? Because tan theta, which is the slope of that curve, think about it now. Here I'll just draw it. Tan theta will be just dy by dx. Now what is tan theta? Tan theta will be 1 by tan of I, because theta and I are complementary of each other. These both are complementary. Is that correct? Complementary of each other. So 1 by tan I will be dy by dx. Is that right? Everybody clear till this point? Everybody clear till this point? Clear? Okay. Now I have 1 by tan I, but this is sine of I. How do I convert sine into tan? Well, there are multiple ways. One of the easy ways is if you just draw a small triangle, okay, right angle triangle, this is I. Sine I is opposite by hypotenuse. So this side will be root of mu square minus 1. Correcto? Is that clear? Yes, this side will be mu square minus 1. So hence 1 by tan I will be nothing but, what is tan of I? It's opposite by adjacent. So this will be 1 by root of mu square minus 1. This will be dy by dx. Just look at this triangle. I hope that helps it. Now this goes on the top. So this will become mu square minus 1 is dy by dx. Okay. Now comes the tricky part. Till now, I didn't even touch this equation. This equation can change from problem to problem. That means this entire procedure till here remains the same even if this function changes. Is that clear? So standard procedure till this particular point, because I'm not even substituted the value of the refractive index. Now comes the point where you actually substitute it. Refractive index. What is refractive index given as from here? Think about it. It is given as mu is root of k is 1. It's given. Y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1. So over here, if you substitute it, okay, let's see what do I get. I will get something minus 1 is equal to dy by dx. So square it guys. So when you square it, the root goes. So y raised to 3 by 2 plus 1. That's what you have got mu square as. Everybody clear? Okay, great. Now let's erase this. I don't need this anymore. Now plus 1 and minus 1 goes away. All right. So I am left with y raised to 3 by 2 root is equal to dy. But root of y raised to 3 by 2 isn't it y raised to 3 by 4 actually? The powers will change and this will be by dx. Okay, let's rearrange this. So I'm going to get dx is equal to y raised to minus 3 by 4 into dy. Okay, y is going here, so negative power. Negative power. Now, what do we do next? Integrate. Obviously, we have got an equation in dx and dy. The only step that we need to do is integrate both sides. limits. When x is 0, y is 0, because the ray traveled through this. So when x is 0, y is 0. When x is in general some x, then y is also some y. Okay, integrate. So what is the integration of dx? It is just x. So x, and obviously you will put 0 and x over here. And y raised to minus 3 by 4. Use the formula x raised to n. So integral is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So it is y raised to minus 3 by 4 plus 1. How much it is? It is 1 by 4. So it will be y raised to 1 by 4 upon 1 by 4 and limits 0 and y. 4 goes on the top. Substituting, you will get x. If you put 0, you will get 0 only. Okay, so it will be 4 times, okay, of y raised to 1 by 4. So y raised to 1 by 4 is x divided by 4. That's the answer. So this is y as a function of x. That's it. Shilpi, that unit is just given to satisfy this equation dimensionally. Don't even bother about this. This m raised to minus 3 by 2 is just dimensionally consistent, making it dimensionally consistent. That's all. Yep. And if you want to write y as a function of x, just raise it to 4. So you can get it as y is equal to x by 4 whole raised to 4. This might be even more correct. Yep, that's how it is. Okay, is that clear? How do you know the next step of any problem, Chuto? So basically, if you solve any problems, if you see teachers solving problems, that's when you get a hang of it, number 1. Number 2, never look at the solution of any problem. Always use your brains, your mind, your approach to solve the problem, even if it is wrong 100 times. You waste papers. Solving quality is more important than quantity. Okay, and always number 3, start from easy and then go to medium and then go to hard. That's how you will slowly improve step-by-step procedure to solve problems. These are my general guidelines for students. Okay, so that's the answer. Y raised to 1 by 4 is x by 4. Loved it. Yes, we will have regular classes. Okay, are you guys now ready for one more question? Are you guys ready for one more question? Yes, you can take Prasad. In fact, let me tell you, you are going to get this book, which will have solved examples, which will have chapter summary, mind maps, concepts, do not do's, tricks for solving questions, standard results, previous year questions of mains and advanced for next year as well, including concept problems, difficult problems and average problems. So this you will get it in the droppers batch. I will talk about droppers batch towards the end. Just hold on, okay? Just hold on, bacha. Okay, chalo, let's get going to the next one. Okay, now here is the question, beautiful question. Okay, and two small particles of equal masses start moving in opposite directions from point A in the horizontal circular orbit. The moment horizontal is mentioned, ignore normal and wait. They will have no effect in this particular scenario. The tangential velocities are v and 2v respectively. Between the collisions, the particles move with constant speeds, okay, making, after how many collisions other than the one which is happening at A, okay, do these two particles reach at point A? Okay, interesting. First thing, you need the knowledge of momentum chapter. There are 4 pointers which I have given for elastic collisions. You can check it out in my quick momentum and collisions in under 15 minutes short video, which you can search after the session is over on YouTube. Just search Shreyas sir 15 minutes momentum, you will get that video. Obviously there are no many results on that. Okay, now what you should understand is if you have two masses, both are same and the collision is elastic, and if one of them has v and this one has 2v velocity or whatever velocities, after the collision this mass will have 2v and this mass will have v. Basically their velocities get exchanged of velocities because the masses are same and the collision is elastic. If it was E is equal to 0.7, masses are m3m, this might not happen. Okay, now having said that, this tells me it's as if, just think about it, as if this mass traveled through it because the masses are same. I know this mass actually went back. I know that. But isn't it giving you that feeling as if these two masses just pass through it? So even after the collision, it feels like that mass is continuously moving with the 2v speed, and this mass is again moving with that v speed on that side. It's as if two people came, imagine two people came and they hit, but their atmas, their souls got interchanged. Their atmas being their velocities. Their atmas being their velocities. Yeah, it's just got exchanged, okay, into each other. So don't worry about the collisions. Here is what you need to worry about. The thing that you need to consider is these two particles will go like this, might hit here. Okay, don't think about the collision, just continue their motion. Just think, where do they meet again? And probably they might meet again over here. Probably they might meet again over here. And eventually, maybe after many collisions, you know, they might probably meet over here. Are you able to understand what just happened? I'll just repeat. So they start from here. Don't worry about the collisions. This is the first time they met. If they meet after, let's say, 3 seconds, obviously they will meet again after 3 seconds, 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 again after 3 seconds. Oh, but you need to find out when do they meet again at the same point. At the same point. That is what is important. I hope this is clear. Zayed, you are not supposed to take Menti quizzes. Menti quizzes are good for 10th standard kids. Once you grow up, please move on. I know till 10th Menti is very exciting and a lot of kids are excited about it, but now you should be excited about problem solving. It's not just about Menti quizzes. But if you want mock tests, yes, please join Vedantu. We'll give you lots of mock tests where you can time your questions. Okay. Now, the problem is, how do I know after what time do they collide? The answer is very simple. I know what to do. See, just make one of them at rest and think about the relative angular speed. Okay, relative angular speed. So angular speed of 1 is, let's say, v by r. The angular speed of 2 is 2v by r. So what is the relative angular speed? Since both of them are going in opposite directions, their speeds will add in a way. Think about it. So it will be v plus 2v divided by r, which is 3v by r. Everybody getting this? Their velocities are in opposite directions, so their speeds will add. Relative will be 3v by r. All right. Now once I get relative angular speed, it's as if I am at rest. Let's say particle number 1 is at rest. Only particle 2 is moving. And think, when will particle number 2 again come to particle 1? Particle 1 might actually be moving here. Particle 2 moving faster, might move more. They might meet over here. But in the relative frame, it's as if 1 is at rest and 2 is moving with relative angular velocity. So it has to cover one revolution relatively. It has to cover one revolution relatively. And we will use this result. Angular displacement is angular velocity multiplied by time. We'll use this. Theta is omega into time. If you use this, what are you going to get, guys? Think. Theta is 2 pi. Why? Because I have covered, the second particle has covered 2 pi radians. If you sit on particle 1, it has relatively covered 2 pi radians. So it will be 2 pi is equal to 3v by r into that time. From this I get the time interval as, you know, what is that? 2 pi r by 3v. This is the time interval after which they collide. Okay, meet. Okay, they meet, they collide. But how much actual angle has they covered? What's the actual angle which they have covered? Let's say I call it phi. What is the actual angle that they have covered? That is something which I can find out again using this relationship. Angular velocity of 1, angular velocity of this particle into the time for which they move before they collide. So you just take this guy's angular velocity into time, will give you the angle which they have covered where they meet. Because they might not necessarily meet over here again, right? They just find out where they collide. So that will be omega 1 into that time. which is omega 1 is V by R, okay, into time is this one. So 2 pi R divided by 3V. That is interestingly giving me what? VV goes, RR goes 2 pi by 3, which is nothing but 120 degrees. Very interesting answer. Very interesting answer. Now, if I get this as 120 degrees, shouldn't this now immediately tell you how many collisions will happen? Quickly let me know, all my warriors, in the chat box, how many collisions are going to happen in the chat box. Quickly. Think, they meet here at 120 degrees, next collision more 120 degrees, next collision over here. Think about it again. 1, 2 and 3. 3 collisions. That's it. That's obvious now. Isn't it obvious now? Is that clear? Now you got it. That's it. What a beautiful concept, guys. You have to sit on a relative frame, solve it to find out how much time they take to meet. And once you get that time, find out at what angle do they meet. Now, coincidentally, it came out to be 120. Let's say, for example, this came out to be 90 degrees. Example. If it comes out to be 90, that means they collide here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So they will have 4 collisions if it was 90. If it was something else, you can again find it out. So the crux of the problem was to find out the angle at which they meet. Once you get that angle, you can divide 360 with that angle to get the number of collisions. Just divide the total 360 degrees with the angle at which they meet. That's it. That's what will give you the answer. Interesting. Interesting. So that's the answer. Now, this was the last question, and I would like to show you a very important thing, because this is not going to come again. Let me tell you in advance. This is a sale which is going on right now at Vedantu, and that's 50% sale. Guys, KVPY crash course, 50% off. It was usually 4,000 rupees. Now it's for 2,000 rupees. It's probably going to last 1 or 2 days, not more than that. It's a Teachers' Day sale. Even KVPY Pro subscription, 50% off, guys, even for the Droppers batch. So this is the Droppers batch, which is currently, if you have given the examination and you want to write it again next year, this is a Dropper batch. Entire 11th, 12th syllabus, regular test series, class notes, hard copy notes with problems, previous years, advanced, simple, conceptual, formulas, do not do's, strategy sessions, motivational sessions, guidance session, parent teacher sessions, all these are there as a part, no extra fee. Okay. Mock test series towards the end, it's all there. Advanced series, it's all there. You don't have to join anything, okay, once you are in this course. So not just that, these are live classes. You can also watch the recordings. Till when can you watch the recordings? Till next year, last exam of next year. Test series analysis part. Assignments and notes, a part of this course. Doubt solving in the class, yes, because there are 2 teachers. One, the main teacher, and the second teacher is solving all your doubts. Is this batch in English? Yes. Do I have an option for Hindi plus English? Yes. What do I need to do for that? Join it and you will get a phone call. They'll ask you, do you want to join English or do you want to join Hindi batch? You just say you want to join this batch, fine, go ahead. Next, doubt solving after the class. You have some doubt while solving problems, no problem. You can ask them on mobile app. Our doubt teachers are constantly there from morning till night. And you will get that in the classic version. Most of the students go for this. If you want personal mentorship, okay, then you go for the plus version, where you will get more motivation, strategies and all of that. Most of the students go for classic or plus version. That's where most of the students are. Now, even if you take the classic version or the light version, the total course price is 58,500 roughly, but you can try it for 1 month, and today, only today or maybe tomorrow, you are going to get 50% off. Yes, 50% off on trying for 1 month. That's a limited time offer. So you have to use my coupon code SHHPRO. That's what you need to do. Not just that, there are also pro subscription courses. You can check it out in other videos. for regular 12th standard students as well, you have the pro subscription available even right now. Okay, so you can just try it out, check it out, because the offer is not going to last for a very long time. Yep. So thank you guys for being here, and did you guys love the session? Please let me know by putting up comments in the comment section. I'm definitely going to read all your comments, and yeah, do not forget to smash the like button out there. And yes, if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button for free. I'm going to meet you again for the next advanced class on Thursday or Friday, and meanwhile revision classes for 11th and 12th standard series. So if you have your juniors, please get them along here and make them a warrior of Captain Shreyas. All right, thank you guys, and yeah, please take care, stay safe and stay healthy. Yep, nice to see all of you and your love. Please keep spreading this love as well. Bye bye, hasta la vista.